Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also the Brink, and we are one community, especially if you are on Discord. And if you have not yet, make sure to like, subscribe, bash that bell with your crowbar so that you don't miss out on another great video that I do have a couple in the works. I'm spending some extra time on these ones as I want to do good by these. Um, I have I have two Steam Deck tip guides in the works, and then the reason why there are 2 is because I split them up a little bit. I started doing one, I'm like, "Oh, well, there's technically 2." I have a super special video coming up in the next 2 weeks. I think it's taken a lot of work, and then I also have, just I just have a lot. Deck Revealed, I just pushed Alpha 6. I'm gonna do one more Alpha. I know I said I was gonna do Alpha 6, and then that was it. I'm gonna do one more Alpha, but all I gotta say is I have a couple of pieces of criteria for it, and then it's beta time. It's gonna be closed beta, and then it's gonna be open beta. Closed beta just comes with a free trial. Open beta is open season for everyone. So, let's get into chat. I know I didn't set up a time that I was doing this. I just been so like run and gun with the whole deck rebuild stuff. So I do apologize on that. But thank you for showing up. We'll give it a little bit more time as we wait for people to trickle in, and then we'll chat. So if you're here, let me know in the chat. Hopefully it's working. And then also working on member only video too. I'm doing a react to Steam Deck reviews, and my reacts are typically I'll watch and be like, okay, no, that this is actually what I think it is, and those types of reacts. Not usually making fun of anyone. So, yeah, and I do apologize once again for not getting this all set up and like a day. I like to do it a day ahead, but I've just been so busy. So, while we wait for people to trickle in, there is because there's a couple of things that I definitely want to talk about, and even one game that I want to also look into that I just haven't given a lot of thought, or I played it yesterday, but I haven't tried it on the Steam Deck yet, and so we'll give that a try too at one point. Yeah, so let me just ping Discord real quick. Discord. And then let's copy the URL. So how is okay. If you don't want to, I probably just give me 1 second. Share. Really bad at this. I'm getting there. I am getting there. Just getting the. I want to make sure I'm not missing out on people's chats. Like sometimes the chats also get through. Like they kind of get skipped. So let's see here. Copy. There we go. Okay. I also don't have a thumbnail on this, which is garbage, but that's me. What? Okay, I showed yours, Wolf. Wolf, you have the green little dedication badge. Congratulations. It's been 1 month. I need to do a 1 month special membership video. So be on the lookout for that. My webcam, I'm using a different webcam right now. My other one is right here. I'm just giving this a test, so it's going to look probably maybe a little more grainy, but this is what I've been using the stream with a little bit more just because it doesn't overheat. You had it week too? Well, nice, Wolf. I'm sorry, I did not pay attention. I'm a bad person. So, Wolf, I got the Deck Revealed Alpha 6 out. It's been it stressed me out so much. I took a couple days off, and then I reformatted my computer, which took an extra day off too of everything. But I got it out, which is good. So, what's up, Brennan, or AK Chad, Cat, and Bubba? Yeah, and yeah, thanks. So Alpha set. We'll talk about the deck revealed towards the end, but it's a lot of exciting things, including news wise. I would say it's a little slow. Um, You'll definitely notice that when you that's why I haven't even yeah, news is a little slow right now. Let's just say that. But maybe with the Deck Revealed project, I can make it a little bit more brighter of a day on the news front. Independent prepper, nice hat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. It's it's the two new I need to start actually wow, that color is off. Does it look blue? I saturated the yeah, that's not looking right. That's the webcam, and I'm working through it and all that. Typically, it's meant to be a little tiny camera in the side, but yeah, that's supposed to be purple. Oh, and another sorcerer of mine can do sorcerer for like clothing can do true purples and threads and stuff like that. So I might be even reworking the hats a little bit more to be more on brand with the color. So, um, yeah, like I said, there's not a whole lot of news, but there's a couple of games that are working good on the deck, and we're gonna try one of them, which is the Atomic Heart. If you watched me play it on Twitch yesterday, I did play it on Twitch yesterday. It was fun. It has some controversy behind it. But I if you watch my stream and all it will be on the Brink channel, YouTube channel, you'll see why I played it and insightful stuff. Like I have a lot of stories when it comes to that type of thing. So let me make sure my deck is in gaming mode and just a couple things are set up. How's it going, LoJack? Yeah, and we need to go through and say hi to everybody. Got to make sure everybody's been said hi to. If you have any, as always, if you have any news items or anything that you want to ask, you're more than welcome to ask. Either me or Wolf will try to note it and we'll talk about it. As this is very much, we're going to talk about news. We'll talk about what I'm working on. We're talking about different things kind of coming up. But I also want to make sure I tackle your questions and answer anything that you guys have questions. And I'm going to start maybe formalizing a little bit better Q&A process with that because I think it's fun to answer people's questions and maybe even make a video response to actually answer, like research and answer people's questions. So let's did I miss anyone else? I said cast coder. I yeah, the white balance is because my here, let me do that. I just have a bright personality. Trying to say that I don't. Let me get the deck rebuild project is awesome. It took so much out of me today. Let's see here. Let's see. And then maybe I don't know. That white balance is pretty bad though. Sorry, I am trying to figure this out. Maybe it needs to be brighter. And then warmer. I don't know. Is that any better? Okay. Yeah, it's not a better. I'll look into this in a second. Yep, already said hi to Colt. How's it going? If we wanted to get the GPU tonight, we could. Oh, are you saying you got? Did you get the goods? Did you get the goods from the gov? Nice, nice, nice. Congrats, Brandon, aka Chad, and Kat, who gets to use it too, right? Lord Roughness, what's up? Hogwarts on deck is fire. Yeah, my wife has probably put like 80 hours into that game. She's planning on doing a review for the channel, so we'll see when that happens or when that comes out. But yeah, LoJack, I sent the additional info to the credit card company today for my claims. Fingers crossed. Oof, fingers crossed, man. Yes, yes, yes. I'm loving all the love in the channel. When people love to say hi to each other, I love it. Okay, let's see. I have my contrast might be a little too high, maybe. And Yeah, see, if I don't have the white balance on, that's so weird. It's just really bright. I apologize. Okay. I'm just really bright. It's because I'm using this other webcam. And honestly, I like the webcam, but yeah, it is maybe that's a little better compensation. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not too bright. Okay. So it is a new camera. It's so this doesn't overheat. I might be getting one more once I actually start making some decent money eventually. This one would be like an overhead camera or another angle camera. It's not a bad camera. Like for streaming, it's good. For this, like where my head's blown up all the way, I should be using my Sony, but I'm not right now. We'll work through that. Okay. First up, the three games that have come out in the past 2 weeks. Hogwarts, I think that came out in the past 2 weeks. Hogwarts, Returnal, Atomic Heart are all awesome games. I really like them. I think there's a lot of controversy with all of them though. So, yeah, let's yeah, go ahead and DM me a question, Chad, and we'll get in that here in a second. Okay, so I'm just not sure. Okay. We'll get into those games. So I think this is how we're going to do it tonight. We're going to go over some news. There's not a whole lot, honestly. We're stretching it on the news section. But I guess the true news is we'll talk about the news. Then we're going to talk about the games that are out and how people are liking them. And then we have an event coming up. We need to do a poll on Wolf. Probably need to do it on YouTube. Well, we only have 8 slots. So whoever wants to come and join us, we're going to be playing Sons of the Forest, I believe this weekend. This Sunday is when we're going to start. And so we're going to do a marathon for a day or two of just playing the hell out of Sons of the Forest. It's going to be fun. So don't miss out on that as a community event. But we do need to come up with a time. It will probably be similar timing to what when we usually used to do them. I've been doing a lot of streams lately, but LoJack, I should have a Returnal downloaded by tomorrow. We need to run some co-op Brinkinator. I agree. I've been really digging that. Yeah, okay. Chat is DM me a question. Uh, I don't know, Chad. I'm sorry on that. I'll answer after the stream. Wolf's first day of freedom is this Sunday, by the way. She yeah, it's gonna be awesome for her. And Returnal is awesome, by the way. Okay. Um, this is I'll show you the realm of news that we're dealing with right now. Let me share my screen. Make sure everything that's bad is off it so you can't see anything. All the naughty pics of my Steam Deck are off, whatever that means. That just sounds weird. Okay, so gonna move that over there. And then this is kind of what I'm talking about. So we'll zoom in a little bit. This is like if you look up Steam Deck news, and I've been following news anyways, but like if you look up, there's like Steam Grid DB, and there's some like plugins that are kind of cool that I'm going to be integrating into the DeckRevealed project. And by integrating, I mean I'm going to integrate Decky plugin into the project, so you install it and all that, and then I will have some little bit of layers of management, not much, to just indicate how things are working, and then eventually I will either maybe I'm revealing too much. I don't want to give too much, but yeah, there's a lot that's going on there with the Deck Rebuild project. But yeah, it's I know Steam Deck News is awesome, right? Just a great term, but Yeah, it's so slim right now. It now supports one of the best. Yeah, see, it's stuff like this where it's like clickbaity, where it's like, oh yeah, we kind of already knew that. I wouldn't trade my $400 Steam Deck for this $1,300 INEO 2. Um, and yeah. Oh wow, four Verge score. Wait, 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 wait. Is this a four? I think they do a 4 out of 5, right? This is a. I didn't realize this is their review. Agree to continue. Interesting. I did not. I missed this when I was looking at this. Um, I missed this part. The good, fast performance at high wattage, a smooth Hall effect sticks, compact design. The bad, poor battery life, crashes and other glitches. English localization is lacking. Yeah, it's the INE. A lot of these systems are not like amazing, and I did mention that in my review. I have an INEO Air. I don't have the INEO 2, and I don't have a lot of devices. I'm a little too small. I don't have the money right now to pick up additional devices to do reviews on them, but I do have devices I do need to do reviews on, like the the GBD WinMax 2, which I've been neglecting. So yeah, it's yeah, yeah. I'm not surprised. Poor battery life, no surprises. Crashes and other glitches, yes. These were definitely not. This one's the crashes and glitches are actually a little surprising with the INEO 2. Um, my INEO Air does not crash much, but their software sucks so bad on it. Like, I really don't like their UI, their GUI just doesn't work. Like, honestly, you're gonna be better I'd be better off replicating it with, the DeckRevealed project. Even though it does have its own issues, at least it doesn't crash like it does. Um, and maybe that's what they're talking about, crashes. Like, the deck or the INEO Air itself doesn't crash, but yeah, it does. That does crash. I am missing out on chats today. Welcome, welcome, Fiesta. Thing Shadow, welcome, welcome. And you're a brand new supporter for the Deck Reveal project. Thank you for that, man. I believe you are at least. And just so you know that there's a lot of changes coming to the Deck Reveal in the next few weeks. Like, I've got a big beefy section that's really hard out of the way. So you joined at the right time. Um, If yes, the February's 22nd update for Steam Deck beta broke Zadeki loader, but they are fixing it horrifically quick. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how. I'm curious how these people that do open source get things out so fast. Like, I'm trying to get my stuff out fast with the Deck Revealed, and it's hard. It's hard when you have like a day job, which I technically don't have one right now. I have multiple things I'm doing right now. Um, but it's hard to just get these things out and always be monitoring it. Like, it's very. Oh, hey, Mikkel, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Mikkel has a great YouTube channel. You can go watch his stuff and his reviews and all that. They're great. I just want to mention Mikkel. I do have for the alpha. I'm ready to give you access to it. I have an easy way to set it up. That's why I just want to verify one thing before I give you the installation thing, so it doesn't. Yeah, but yes, welcome, Mikkel. I was gonna message you after this. Do you want to see any oopsies, Brinky? What? Yes, I do. Chad or Cat. I'm assuming since you said Brinky, it's Cat. Yes, I'd like to see some oopsies. Chad, hey, next step after the GPU and the build is done, Steam Deck is next. Nice, nice, nice. I can't wait for you to get it, man. Play Dead Space 2 tonight, Calt. Do you want me to play? So, do you want me to play it on the deck or on the Brink channel? Might be deck 2 by then, lol. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm skeptical. I think we're gonna get a deck 2, but in a year from now. But we'll see. I love the form factor, but I need the deck's torch pads or touch pads and extra bond. And yeah, so with the INEO Air, what I found was when I put the Steam OS through the ISO hollow ISO. It just wasn't as good. It just wasn't as it just touch pads are much more helpful than I realized. But I've been using the deck for so long that I've become accustomed. But yeah. Um, Thing Shadow. My deck is coming Friday, so excited. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Can't wait for you, man. I better get those install scripts ready soon too, so you can get like if you have an Xbox. So that's the thing I'm gonna be working on next, bar some bugs, some quick bugs I need to get taken care of. I plan on adding some install stuff like essentially it in the beginning it's going to act like an app store in the Deck Revealed project. It's going to act a little bit like an app store where you can find everything. So you download it, you have one place. Um, with some exceptions of the pro accounts will be able to add things and augment their accounts and save their settings and have that persist from, let's say if you switch decks or whatever, it's going to persist. That's the whole point. Then it's going to offer additional integrations into those pieces like MUDeck, all that, and augment them, make them better. And then eventually, depending on how easy it is to use, I'm going to integrate features from those in. And then I don't necessarily want to like compete with them. But at the same time, if I find something a poor or experience, then I might integrate it directly into the app. And this will be cross platform eventually, meaning V2 probably later this year will be cross-platform. It will. I'm already developing it to work a lot on the Windows, so I will re-release the. I'm getting into deck rebuild stuff. It's because I've been working on it for like 3 days. That's why I haven't released a video. Okay, and yeah, I'm excited for you to get your deck, man. Mikkel, hey, how's everyone doing? I am doing good myself, Mikkel. I hope you're doing well too. It sounds like you had some good news the other day, so I'm glad, man. Cooking dinner at the moment. My wife's birthday is tomorrow. Well, wish her happy birthday from the Games Revealed fam. I'm glad. Calt Brink. Yes. What's up, Calt? Fiesta Steam Deck is too good. I agree. I hope you're doing okay. Andre. Ooh, yes. I hope. Ooh, yeah. Andre, how are you doing, man? I hope you're doing good too. Hope you get feeling better, man. Yeah, it's gonna be like that, man. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Yes, you're debating getting a 4080 tonight, the white one. Isn't that so expensive though? Yes, do it if you want it. Yes, Andre gets plenty of rest and watch some streams tonight if that is your jam for today. So, this is the thing with the 6800 that I really like. Like um on this thing's awesome. It's a little too small though at times, but it's a mass or it's a jack of all trades, master of none. It's the best example of it, which I'm gonna finally get my review done one day as I've been writing it out. I just haven't got it done because it's a very convoluted process. The 6000 unit though is beefy. It is amazing. The Ioneo 2 is going to be very similar, but out of all these three devices, I need to do research into it because I will do a video on recommending, even though I haven't played it, I will watch other people's reviews and decide on that. So, um, LoJack, I hope you start feeling better soon, Andre. Yes, I will also say that. Andre, the No Man's Sky update added font size increase for the deck and Switch. Very welcome. Yes, honestly, it's an accessibility feature that needs to be added to every game, and it's not even just for like mobile gaming and gaming on the go, smaller screens. It's also for the people that need it, like legally blind or people that can still see but barely. Like it can help them technically. Like there's a lot of things that can help in those cases. So, and I love it, LoJack. Treat yourself. You got to treat yourself sometimes. I agree. Siddhanth, any advice on how to become more disciplined and productive? You seem like a productive, disciplined person. I am not. I am not a disciplined person. I am and I'm not. um, I know the tips and all that. So I struggle with ADHD, like fairly kind of bad, but I also have the desire to do things, which helps beat this. We're kind of getting beyond this a little bit, but I will say this a little bit. The biggest thing is you need to find a goal and try to stick to it and not to get too all over the place, which I do. I have the Deck Revealed project, I have the Games Revealed project, I have the I've been streaming more or less to stress relieve, like on Twitch, and I've been getting videos out onto YouTube. Those don't take much of my time. It's a little bit, it takes a little bit of my time, but it helps me de-stress, and I need to play those games anyways for doing content and all that and keeping up with times. And so when it comes to productivity and discipline, a schedule, getting help when you need to get help, working out is a huge one. Getting your mind active through working out is a big one. If you can do that, that can really overcome a lot of things. But ultimately, just a good goal, something that you desire and that you can look forward to, measurable pieces along the way, and also the feeling that it's going to give you. And don't, yeah, there's a lot to that. That would require a whole stream on another channel or whatever. But you're more than welcome to ask me some more later if you want on that, because there's a lot of tips and stuff I can give. I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I do try, which has been a part of my success so far. Bisexual Blurred, can't wait. I'm glad you can't wait. I'm assuming about the deck revealed, hopefully, or whatever. We have tons of stuff. Viesta, No Man's Sky supposedly revamped to VR2. Nice. Esoteric Wolf, don't spread yourself thin. Yeah, that's a big one. Is I spread myself a little too thin with these projects. That's why I've cut back a little bit. Kind of like the DeckRevealed project for sure. Doing Games Revealed. I want to do a podcast one day. Still not doing the. It's very hard. Let's just say, very hard to not get distracted and do other things. For me, especially. But the Deck Revealed project is going to happen. Like that's going to be my like core. With the Games Revealed, Deck Revealed, all that stuff. Like the Deck Revealed is going to be my core software piece that I'm working on the side, or not even really on the side. I've been working on it like about 30 hours a week right now because I've been doing videos too. I've been building a lot of the core pieces out, which is not very visible, but requires like for adding to non-Steam and restarting Steam and doing all the stuff. And some of the stuff is stuff I have actually not done before. I've done a lot of mobile. I've done desktop before. I've done crypto wallet stuff back a couple years ago for a client. Like I've done a lot of different things, but yeah. Andre, good night all. For the well wishes. Have a good night, Andre. Thanks for coming. Yeah, there's so much, and we're gonna get back into the news here, but yeah, I'm trying to slim down, or I'm trying to be a couple of things again, because I've even started doing reviews, and I think I'm gonna cut those down to shorts reviews and some like my content is going to be a little bit. It's going to go back to a little bit more guides and tips, slightly related to Deck Revealed also, and then it's going to be I'll still have like games that I'm going to be covering. I'll have my site I'll cover, and I'll still do some reviews, but most of them are going to be quickies. So yeah, sorry, Sadanth. I could probably do more and more in-depth advice, but that's my advice. Viesta Steam Deck now supports gyroscope controls, making exploring and scanning new discoveries more comfortable and precise than ever. Another cool part of the No Man's Sky update. Ooh, that actually sounds really cool. I really, honestly, that's a game that I would love on the deck. I can't remember if I've tried it or not, but I'll have to give it a try. Thanks for the heads up on that, Viesta. Man, Viesta, you're gonna need to like, dude. I'm gonna need you or like Coder to like do my news segments. Do news for me. You guys are so on top of it. Mikkel, man, preach. It's very, very easy to get sidetracked and to stretch yourself too thin. Yes, 100%. All well wishers for Andre, which is awesome. Eric. No, 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 no. I'm not about to end it. No, no, no. Eric, welcome. I'm not about to end it. I don't end for another half hour to an hour. So this is about an hour to hour and a half stream weekly of news, questions, and just going over some topics for the week that's more live streamy, let's chat kind of stuff. Then I'll go over and start playing a game, and you can chat with me there while I play a game and relax. So a little bit more relaxed of a conversation. Also putting what you need to do get done, marking and finishing helps. Yeah. Ugh, yeah, my task list is just still all over the place. Yep. And that's what we do for that's what Wolf mentions. Yep. Uh Cast coder can do. Yes, no, that'd be awesome. Sweet, love your content, man. I ended up using your streaming app setup. You talking about the web app version? I'm gonna have the DeckRevealed app, the desktop, like the true experience. Come, it's gonna be in open beta in a couple of weeks, and it's gonna be in private beta very soon. LoJack, GRNN, Games Revealed News Network. And grin. Oh, okay. Okay, LoJack, new task for you. You need to be able to get grin acronym. We're gonna grin every time we see the news. uh, cool, cool, cool. Oh yes, 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 Eric. Oh, of course, yeah. No, I remember now. Jeez, like, yes. Thanks for the support and everything. I'm glad. Ooh, it's been a little bit since I've gotten a super chat. You guys can do super chats if you want. Never, never don't have to. Or you could always spend that money and just become a member and get access to member stuff. Um Spencer Walker 21. Steam Deck will have better battery life and on older games and indies. Their APU is more efficient at lower TDP than the 1600 power devices. Yes, they are. One of the ways that Ioneo tried to make up for this in the Ioneo 2 was a bigger battery. The whole point of the design spent and you're spot on. The whole point of the design of the APU in the Steam Deck, the original the Steam Deck was to make it so it's power efficient and it hit proper TDPs for performance levels. That's why it only has um 4 cores instead of like 6 or 8. I do think though it gets a little bit CPU bound sometimes, like it hits some bottlenecks there. They would benefit greatly from a 6 core next time around, I think. So I'd like to see the next Steam Deck's APU be a 6 core. I will also uh, the next they're working on it, and it's not going to be the 6800, but it doesn't like when I say I'd like to see them use the 6800, I say I want a customized chip from AMD. I want it to be 6 core, and I want it to be a little bit less power hungry, but they can always throw an extra battery in. Um, Cast Coder, Games Revealed International News Network, grin. I like it, except for I guess international. I guess I could. Every news network video is going to be me in a different location. I'm in Thailand. Okay. Viesta. I have the Steam Deck docked, and I have Firefox, Discord, and Roblox going at the same time. Nice. You're in desktop mode though, right? A little easier to do that. You can do it in game mode though. I'm assuming. Like I've done multitasking like that. Viesta, Steam Deck is very strong. I actually disagree a little bit with that, Viesta. When it comes to multiple or multi-application desktop, like wow, I guess that works. Multiple applications at once in desktop mode. I'd program about a third of the time on the Steam Deck itself because I'm testing and everything for this Deck Rebuild project. It's I've this right here because of those extra 4 cores. This has an 8 core, so it has 16 threads. Um, this thing is powerful. This thing destroys the Steam Deck when it comes to desktop performance when plugged in. Actually, even when it's not plugged in, the battery in this is awesome. I will say this right now. The GD Max Win 2 is an amazing laptop. Amazing laptop that beats the deck in a lot of ways. But it's a horrible game device. In the sense of like if you're not using the keyboard and mouse, if you're using the controls on it, it's just not very fun. It's not comfortable. People kind of, in my opinion, I don't want to call anyone out, but I do feel like people were exaggerating a little bit to a point of lying about it being comfortable. So, um, Kalt, have you heard of this? I moved my comp compat data file to my micro SD card, and linked it to my internal drive and saved myself 10 gigs on my internal. Works perfect. Ooh, that's not a bad one. Honestly, Cal, I could set that up as a script and manage it through the DeckRevealed project. I want it. Okay, so here's another thing. Once I get a little bit further into developing a couple of scripts for this, like ways to utilize scripts that people have built, but also customize scripts. I'm going to have a script editor in the DeckRevealed. I'm going to make it so that people can include their own stuff and put it into the app store. So there'll be third-party apps coming later this year. Maybe in a couple months. I don't know. I have to get through a lot of other things, but it's something that you or someone could create as a script that's reusable for people. So Codecaster, be grateful it's not interstellar. Yes, exactly. Viesta, yeah, I'm in desktop mode since, as far as I'm aware, game mode can't do multiple monitors. It can't. Dude, game mode sucks when it comes to I can't even get it to mirror my monitors my monitor. I I wonder if there's a hack for it. That's at the driver level though, so it's gonna be a little crazier. Interstellar is a crazy movie. Yes, 100%. I totally get that. This would be for those who bought the 64 gig deck. Yes. And yeah, I could totally see that being very useful for that. But it could be useful for a lot of other people. Or you can go to onlysteamdeck.com and get yourself a bigger drive there. I'll plug that a little bit that's a mini project. That's a distraction that I'm working on. That has gotten sales, by the way, which is cool. It's cool. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm hoping it does better in the future or continues to do well. Okay, so like this review, which is cool, it's deck adjacent, but they're pretty much calling out the Steam Deck's better. And I think they're right here. The Steam Deck wasn't born ready, but it's ready now. I think when it first came out, it was great. It's definitely better now. Oh yes, this is game news though. I don't know if I want to use gaming on Linux's stuff though. I only say that it's not anything against him. It just he shutting him out. He wants to make sure you shout it out with it. So don't mind me. We're gonna get there. There we go. Wow. Nice PC. PC man, that video's got to be bursting with freaking views. It's a little confusing. Oh my gosh. And then my ads. Dude, I get Alibaba ads and they're just like like this is so awkward. Okay, I'm gonna need to turn on my ad blocker. Give me a second. I can't remember why I turned it off, or I might have got rid of it because I was getting a bug. Man, Alibaba, I saw, yeah, I've used Alibaba to source some stuff. And there we go. Let's turn this back on. And they have some really awkward ads. No, games revealed. So the deck revealed. So how the deck revealed makes money? Then someone can clip this out, and use it against me later. It's not true. So every deck revealed app is a crypto miner. So yeah, your Steam Deck is now mining crypto. You are now in the Web3 era of the world. You do get a cutback of $0. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. No, CryoUtilities. It's cryo, not crypto utilities, CryoUtilities. Um, I don't, he just makes a little bit of a fuss about, and it's not to call anyone out. He just makes a little bit of a fuss about things. Like he'll verbally call him out on Twitter. Steam Deck mod can boost FPS by up to 24% in some games. Honestly, kind of. I would say that this mod does more for stability sakes. So if you were getting hiccups or hitches, it still has some of it, but whatever. Stuff like that in your games, this at least fixes that. I don't even know why I get ads like this from Alibaba. I was looking at Steam Deck, like SSDs. Um, but yeah, it will boost what it really does. SSD life, that SSD life technically, it has SSDs only have so much performance or so much of a lifespan. Um, that's a technicality there, but performance and smoother gameplay, it really helps with I think loading in areas on open world games. I think that's a big one. Some games do be wary of the cryo utilities. Some games it can make it worse. So some games can actually be worse. I haven't covered this yet, as DeckRevealed has just been consuming my life. I do plan on integrating this into the system and then working um, with the CryoBite. I talk to him every once in a while. So he's done a great job. And honestly, this is a really cool piece of utility that you can go. It's pretty easy. He created a GUI for it, a quick GUI where you can just go and scroll down, select it, and add. But like I said, be a little. Should CryoUtilities have you feeling skittish, however, for whatever reason, you'll be easily reverse any of the changes you make through this application. Yes, exactly. It's not like it's doing quantum physics on your computer or Steam Deck. Um, it's reversible stuff, and then there are little tweaks to how it manages. I believe how the SSD is managed and manages memory, and also how it manages, I believe, RAM. I could be wrong on that one. I'd have to go through the video again, but yeah, yeah, more efficiently use the memory and RAM. This is one where it's a double-edged sword. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Valve started doing. Oh my gosh, everyone's joining now because like I freaking got Alibaba boots on here. Um, oh yeah, even New York Times, man. Dude, he's hit it big time. That's awesome. I'm only hoping that I can come out with some good stuff with the deck revealed to hit that big. Um, but yeah, we'll see. I'll have to actually, release it. Oh my gosh, Cascoder Ellie Booba. I know. I'll let that go a little longer. Sorry, I kind of hit that quickly. Um, wasn't PC Games and the site that completely missed the point and said Steam Deck needed exclusives? Yeah, probably. Like half these sites have said that. I mean, I've had some hot takes myself though. Low Jack, Zombie Jesus. Hey, hey, man. Well, how's it going? Dr. Old School, welcome, welcome, welcome. Spencer, the crypto utilities I downloaded it and have no. It's Cryo. I know I said it wrong. CryoUtilities. I downloaded it and I have no experience with tools like that. Very easy to follow guide. I don't even think. I think you just literally download it and you click the options. I should make this probably um one of my first things I add to the deck revealed so you can just use it. Essentially what the deck revealed is going to do is just like make it so that it downloads it and just launches it for you. So you don't have to go to the website, you don't have to go anywhere else. You just go, and like I said, it's going to be an app store-esque kind of thing in the beginning. I not meaning to sell it. I think the deck revealed project, it's my baby. As this is CryoBite's baby. And honestly, I really want to see him work with the team to have this just integrated, because this type of stuff really indicates to me like each game needs to be customized a little bit better. So, but the installation guide, yeah, download CryoUtilities, save it to the desktop. Make sure you have a sudo password set. Oh, that is one that I do not check for right now, but double click the new icon and set it to the recommended settings. You can experiment with them after that fact. By default, install. Yeah, I actually haven't played with this yet, but he is how big his I guarantee his YouTube is grown by like 5,000. Yep. Almost 5,000, man. He is fuck. He is. Sorry, I don't mean to swear. I don't swear very often here, but that is he is blowing up. Okay. Well, that's cool. Um little jealous. Let's see here. BT Maverick. Yo, everyone been enjoying Atomic Heart on Game Pass here, running great on the deck. Yes. That game runs really good, BT Maverick. I'm really shocked by that. LoJack, law you're just using as your little crypto worker bees. Yes, exactly. In reference to my crypto comment earlier. Um, Viesta, Decky just released a pre-release update fixing it. Now the plugins just got to update. Yeah. That is the downside a little bit of the plug. Ooh, the plug. Oh, what is that type of update? Jeez. That does suck. Because that's kind of a bad one if you have to update the plugins. That it's not bad, as in like it's not their fault. Like they just had to do a major enough update to make it so the plugins do have to update to the new system. Got Hogwarts, Zombie Jesus got Hogwarts for the deck in Hogwarts and Hogman's. The game really stutters, freezes for a sec or two at a time. Settings are on low already. Go try this. I'm in my extensions. I apologize. How was it? Go try the CryoUtilities. This is good. Like honestly, I think this is going to be. Yeah, I honestly think this would be a good one utility for you to use. Um, for it. Oh my gosh, Eric. Bisexual blurs laughing over there. Yeah, no. Laugh it up. I'm just kidding. It was meant to be a joke. And then Eric, maybe you accidentally typed double D's instead of SSDs. Well, it could have. Let's just say that some of those images were definitely not that though. Zombie Jesus Hogwarts is verified but runs like it. With the settings that I got it to work with, it was running about 30. Sometimes it lags a little. With those types of games, with that what that type of game is, it didn't bother me. But if you definitely need a little bit better performance, I agree. Like Hogwarts is not the best. I gave it a 7 out of 10 on the compatibility scale because it runs and it was fine for me, but it needs work. Like and work as in probably just needs like a simple update to get it to work. Did you put vibrant deck on your camera? Oh my god. Maverick? No, I did not. I have a different camera I'm testing out. This is the Elgato HD camera. It's not their 4K. I didn't even realize they had a 4K and I got this instead. I should have got the 4K one, but yeah, I got this one for streaming because it doesn't overheat. And I got snowed in and my heater's hot as can be. Um True Blue Magic Dude, is there and welcome by the way. Is there any way to get animated wallpapers on Steam Deck like what Wallpaper Engine does on Windows? Oh, that is a good question. That is, let's see here. Does Linux support animated? Oh, I did not spell that right. Wallpaper. On the deck, it's on game mode. I'm assuming because what it is. So game mode is essentially just web technologies. That's React, HTML, CSS. If you can find the background, which you can, I haven't gotten into this portion of the deck revealed or anything like that yet, but you can essentially potentially do that. Replace the background with an animated GIF. I'm assuming you can set the background. It all depends on if it supports it. Like on the desktop portion. Continue without disabling. I don't want it disabled. I just don't want Ali Boobas. How to install wall set on Linux. Okay, so it's using Magic. Okay. It needs these utilities, which I think these are utilities that all except for maybe FmpEg comes with on the Linux. The reason I'm asking, okay, so it's a video. Okay. There's a chance on desktop mode you'd have to follow these settings because obviously this plugin or this is using some additional, and these are Linux libraries for some of these are for like video images. Yeah. So on the desktop side, yes, with some tinkering, it's something I could potentially set up too. That's just I don't have enough time to do everything. I'm trying to get there. Trying to get a good base is what I'm trying to say. And then and then what I'm doing next is um or sorry, not what I'm doing next. Sorry. Wow. It's just been a long few days. Um with the wallpaper on game mode, there's a good chance you would be able to replace it too. There might even be a plugin for it, honestly. It wouldn't be a hard one technically. I don't think since it's HTML and CSS, there should be no reason why you couldn't replace it with anything. You should be able to replace it with a video, with just whatever you wanted. It's just, yeah, there's not a plugin. I don't know if there's a plugin yet for it. Zombie Jesus, I don't care about running it on 60. I capped it at 230 and it still freezes in Castle and Town's not out in the world. All settings are all low. Um, let's see here. So I was doing pretty good with these settings where the AMD FSR set to quality. You could even do performance probably. Um, I put it to recommended, which was just set to low. And then I set the TDP to 10 watts and the scaling filter, which because there's already FSR in here, are just not getting artifacts to this. This is a pretty common one too that people talk about. Um, I'm really curious if CryoBytes hack helps with it though. I severely want wallpaper engine on Linux. Dude, I would love I see the thing is I want to make everything. I want to make the deck revealed everything. I would love to get to that one day. Maybe I can. The concept of it's not hard. But does that one come with like a bunch of wallpapers that you can get? I can't remember. The boot video system actually works inside of Deck Revealed, by the way. Not fully flushed out, but yeah. Eric Cortez, this is really silly to do, but if you have either a PS5 or Xbox Series X remote, play it on your Steam Deck and take advantage of ray tracing and 60 frames on AAA games. Exactly. That's actually a great tip. It it seems a little silly, but honestly, it's pretty good. If you have a main PC like me that's beefier, you can also stream it from your main PC onto your Steam Deck. It's not that bad. But I've honestly been kind of enjoying it just on the deck. I might stream it from my PC just to get some more experience doing that. Um, Piedra, Piedra. I'm sorry. Can you customize the lock screen? I don't know, man. You can customize the boot up and the suspend videos, which I will be adding more once I get to a certain point, I'll be adding more robust features for that. But it's not voted on. Like anyone that's in the Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/deck revealed, you can support the Patreon and people that are in the early access or above um will be able to vote on the direction I go. And people really want me to go with scripts and emulators right now. I'm formulating a script to help better with Switch games. So, because there's a kind of an annoying thing you have to do with these. So, but it's one I'm just toying around with. It's not going to be ready for a while. Um, I'm always looking for, and I maybe need a list of like what people would like better improved, but I'm always looking for ways to easily improve people's time on the Steam Deck. That's my whole purpose of this app. Eventually, it'll just be called Rebuild one day and just help gamers. Period on PC and Steam Deck, Steam OS. It'll be Steam OS and PCs mainly. I don't know if I'll support Mac because I hate gaming on Mac. It is not necessarily the case. Uh, Zombie Jesus, Hogwarts is the only game I'm having issues with running it. I was surprised after playing Fallen Order on high with no issues. That's pretty good. Last time I checked, I was able to play that at medium, so they must have really improved some stuff on the newer protons. Hogwarts, I don't know what it is. Maybe I've not had that many issues with it. Like it's skippy, but um it doesn't bother me for some reason. Sometimes it will bother me a lot, like Returnal bothers me. And I feel like it skips Returnal may it bothers me, but not enough. But I'll still play it. It's a game I'll play on my main PC. Um Spencer Walker, I'm hoping we get Steam Deck 2 no sooner than late 2025. RDNA 4 and Z4 CPU would be nuts. Um, I can guarantee with zero backup because my guarantee means nothing. But I think by the end of 2024, we will be getting a Steam Deck 2 in our hands or a new version of Steam Deck that has a newer APU. I say that because the APU they're working on, the rumored, and I think it's a really strong rumor with AMD, Valve is going to be um it is going to be maybe I should just do these streams as like questions and answers. Honestly, instead of doing news, because I feel like I never get through the news. Um Sorry, I lost track of my thoughts on this. Um, I really think because they're already working on it, the tech's going to come out by that time. That's when Little Phoenix, which I even have an there we go. Sorry about that. I yeah, I accidentally I'm in the web browser with Melon and I right clicked and it moved back and forth. So I'm back. Um I apologize. True Blue Magic Dude, I'm selling some on my like Wolf said, on onlysteamdeck.com. Um, those are legit, and if you don't feel like they are, or if you feel like they're, I'll guarantee that you're gonna get it. Either you're gonna get your money back or you're gonna get what you bought. Um, yeah, that's my guarantee there. And I don't make that's honestly a very small margin I make. Like, if you do e-commerce or commerce, it's you want to usually like I don't need to go like this is not the learning channel, but I guess if the learning channel is not going to step up and give us real learning advice, like good advice, and they're just going to keep on pushing people killing each other in booby fights, then I will have to be there to help you guys. Yeah, so in e-commerce, you usually want to make about 50 to 100% at least. This sounds crazy to be profitable because when you take into operating costs, ads, and all that, I'm operating at the below the 50 technically. Like I'm making a little bit off of it, but not enough to really make it a real business anytime. But it's something I'm hoping that would just help people. I didn't frame it very bad and then are very well, and I've gotten a lot of hate for it. um, Deck revealed improving the quality of life for your deck. It's not a bad way. That's not a bad way to put it, Wolf. Wolf's now the new marketing genius. Oh, okay, let's see the site. I apologize, guys. I did not mean to have those technical difficulties earlier. Okay, yeah. So, like I was talking about, the little phoenixes. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have a public release of SteamOS 3 and Steam Controller 2. Steam Controller 2, I can almost guarantee Cascoder that it is in the works. As far as SteamOS 3, like an official release, they do have an official release. It's on the Steam Deck. The problem is they don't have it available for everyone because I bet you there's a little bit of a hiccup. One, using the Holo ISO on like the INEO Air is a little difficult, honestly, without having trackpads. It kind of sucks. Um, but everything else worked. I played Half-Life on. Honestly, the INEO Air was so much better with SteamOS than it was with Windows. It ran faster. It was just drastically better. Um, I think I think they're being very cautious with the release. They're probably working on improvements and not releasing it. And I have a feeling there's support reasons and all that. It's like me with the DeckRevealed project, except for mine has more bugs in it because I'm one developer working on this huge project. I'm very apprehensive. That's why you haven't seen a beta yet. I'm very apprehensive to release stuff because people can be assholes on the internet. And all it takes is a couple of people to shit on it and add comments, and then that's all people see, and they just automatically assume it's bad. It's all it takes. That's all it takes. It's so frustrating that like you could put and I'm asking for money, but I'm not for the free version. I'm just asking money right now so I can pay my bills. That's just it. Tangent over. So yes, I apologize, but yes, yeah, I think they're just probably taking their time on it, or maybe they just don't care. I mean, I'm assuming they care. Wolf, yeah, the link is showing, but the no, it's not. True Blue Magic Dude. So I don't know what to do. I need to frame it differently. This is the upgrade to Steam Deck storage installation service. So if you look at it, this is if you send it to me, it's I need to reframe this whole thing. This includes so people yeah, yeah, this is on me ultimately, but reading it will help. This includes the drive, shipping, and installation. We will clone your old drive over, and I'm even willing to honestly, if the service does better, like, and I can put more time into it, I'm going to include game backups potentially. I need to double check on legal stuff, so I'm not going to guarantee anything yet. But I want to do it where if you send me your Steam Deck, or no, your Switch, and your Switch games in to verify all that, so I'm just not like doing game backups for you, and then I'll yeah, I'll back up your games so you'll be able to potentially use them other. Uh, I got to be careful with that. I really don't want to get sued at this point in the game, but yeah, I want to do stuff like that. So we'll see. This is for the upgrade installation. I need to probably change this to say this isn't a service because it is services we offer. Steam Deck parts, though, if you go down here, if you go to the 2 terabyte right here, it is for $299. And technically, if you use my 5% off, you get an additional off for it. It can take a couple weeks to get to you though. So oh yeah, and there's a couple of accessories, but I'm looking to partner with some people, hopefully. But once again, this is one of my distractions. I'm trying not to get too distracted with it. I set it up. It's there if people need it. So if you need it, it's there. Um, people don't like other people making money. People are weird. Cascoder. Oh, 100%. No, that's the thing. People are assholes. They're like, I saw one comment on one of my posts is like, you're just trying to price gouge just because they saw that. And I get it. And I'm glad, honestly, True Blue Magic Dude, I'm glad you just didn't get mad at me. I've had so many people get mad without, and I've tried to distinguish it, and I need to be better. I will admit, but like if you read the text and all that, like it's kind of indicating, and I should have, you know, I need to do better. But yeah, people don't like it. It's really weird, and they really will call you out, even though it's like, "Well, you can go get this at a better price over here." I'm like, "Okay, go do that. Go buy it somewhere else." Like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. Fiesta, there's so much not safe for work on Wallpaper Engine. It's actually kind of wicked. It, wicked in a like honestly, I see anything wicked makes me think it's good. So you're thinking it's good. Okay, awesome. Do I need to have an NSFW wallpaper section for everyone? I could hook it up to Google to where you could look up Google and add whatever you wanted to from Google. Technically, isn't that what Wallpaper Engine does? Eric, have fun, Fiesta. I guess. Oh, um, Wolf's got you. You can either do it at Patreon or at the website. Eventually, I kind of want to just all consolidate it to the website because it's easier to manage. But at the same time, I have the. It's probably gonna. I'm gonna be doing an announcement at one point, but I want to talk to all the patrons first before I do some of it. But I'm gonna be reworking the memberships to improve them. But um the what let's see here. The This is all public information too, so not a big deal. Um, there's 3 tiers. There's the Big Deck Energy. I'm thinking I'm going to be doing this as a vanity one. You'll still have access to like a t-shirt and vanity stuff, but it's not going to really offer more because I'm having a hard time just a hard time anyways. Uh, but yeah, reworking some stuff. I'm going to ask patrons what they want more and make sure that I'm doubling down and making sure that everyone gets what they're asking for. So always nice to get the support there as it really like the more I can work on that, the more I'm gonna have a lot of cool features out. I have a lot of features I really want. Cast Coder, put send in service instead of installation service in title. There you go. I was really quick to put what I put in. Thank you. I will do that. I'm going to note that just over here because I do look at these tabs after I get done. That's a really good note. Thanks. Um, Uh, no, and I wasn't trying to call you out, True Blue Magic, dude. I do apologize if it felt like that. Um, yeah, but thank you, Eric. I'm scared. Oh, you're scared? For me, it isn't good since I still live with my family. Yeah, that's true. That would make it scary. All it requires is one turn on of the machine. Okay, so shoot. Okay. So as far as news, like I said, the CryoUtilities is the biggest one. And it's definitely one I recommend people to go check out. Would you like me to do a video on it? I know that everyone, including CryoBytes, has done a video on it. If you want me to, I'm willing to do a video on it. I just because of DeckRevealed and some other stuff, I've not been doing great with keeping up with some certain things of news. That's usually what today has been, or Wednesdays are kind of about. And then when I do the newsletters, I compile the newsletters. But that's really all I know about news, unless anyone has anything else. As far as games, let's see. See if I can get this plugged in. Because I have Atomic Heart. Let's actually, and we can do a little bit of testing out and just see how it looks where I'm at. Because I'm about what 3 hours into it, 4 hours. So we're gonna go look at a game right now. Let's see here. And while if you want, ask away questions and everything. We'll get there. See, add cam, add Wolf's cam. There we go. Let's. Oh, what? I did not know that. It does not support an audio source. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. And I can't see anything. So let's see. We're gonna need to don't mind me. There we go. How is everyone doing today? As we are getting in to see how this all works. We won't be able to hear it. I won't be able to hear it. So we're in the same spot. I don't press any keys. What should I play after this? So I usually will go over after this and play a game on the Twitch channel, my Twitch channel, and it would be a choice between Returnal and I mean Dead Space I wouldn't mind, but Wolf's getting tired of seeing Dead Space. True Blue Magic Dude. I just platinum Dead Space remake a few days ago. Really good experience. You platinum it. Awesome. I played the shit out of that. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it so much. Cast Coder just getting deeper into Prime Remastered. Nice, dude. I need to play that still. Apparently, Fiesta. Apparently, No Man's Sky on Nintendo Switch has motion controls too. Yes, that's right. That's right, Fiesta. We got that update. Wolf, I I need to get Dead Space 2 set up. You can see the FSR that's already enabled on this thing. What? Oh, it's optimizing shaders. Okay, we have to sit here for a second. So you can see up on the top, it says shaders are being installed to optimize performance. Yeah, we're not going to start this until those shaders are there. Sid Hunt. Sorry, Sid Hunt. Atomic Heart seems to run really well on deck. Yes. I've noticed. Oof, click the wrong one. Yeah, I've noticed that too. When I've watched some stuff on it, I haven't. This is my first time playing it though, and this game does at least a few things really well, and then everything else is a little bit all over the place. It's very intriguing for me, as I have lived in Russia for a little bit. The controversy around it with the Ukraine thing, I honestly I don't. I agree with. I don't fully agree with boycotting things fully, but this is one I understand a little bit. But at the same time, it's such a messy thing that people don't quite fully understand. Cult, you can just call me Sid if that's easier. Yeah, probably be easier. But you are one of the few people who have pronounced my name correctly. Oh well, thank you. I I'm it's either a mixed bag. I'll either slaughter the name or I will pronounce it correctly. Yeah, we're gonna wait for this. While we're waiting for this, yeah, Wolf's right. I've played it through it twice. I so with my playthroughs, they're getting released to my YouTube channel, my The Brink TH3BRNK. All of my first playthrough, maybe my second playthrough has a big chunk will. I don't know. But just so you know, I'll talk about that in a second, Don. It goes deeper than that. Um, but yeah, it's what was I saying? Yeah, I'll have the Dead Space so if you wanna watch me play it, I know it's better to live stream and chat and all that, but you can always watch me there, and I'll the whole thing's gonna be put up there, just been a little bit, slow on getting the rest of the edits out. So no big deal. Don, hi there. Ukraine wants to ban the game because some of the devs are from Russia. That kind of sounds like racism. Well, it's not racist because they're all like technically Russia and Ukraine are pretty much the same in the sense of where they come from. So regionally, like you, Ukraine and Russia have the same origins. In fact, Ukrainian and Russian are very similar. There's a couple of differences, but at the end of the day, what is wrong is that the development studio hasn't distanced themselves enough away from the government, and so people don't like that. What people and this is the context that people are missing. You you fucking die if you oppose the Russian regime too much. You die. You fall out windows. There's a big epidemic over there. It's called falling out a window epidemic, and you will die. Especially if you're enough in the light and you will make enough of a problem for them, they will kill you. It's very authoritative. I lived there. How long ago was it when I was that age? 2004 to no 2006 to 2008. I lived there when Putin took over from Medvedev. They had an appropriate thing, what election, all that. Then Medvedev stepped down. Putin took over, and it was just a nightmare. Eric, I'll get to your question here in a second. Sorry, I got distracted. And no one votes for Putin because they want to. They're either going to lose their job because I knew a couple of friends over there. They're like, yeah, I had to vote for Putin or I'd lose my job. Legitimately, like it's never been a legitimate regime. Oh, okay, this is dumb. So I get it, and it's really messed up in some ways, but these people are afraid. So let's say if the developers are still there or some developers are still there, they're going to be a little apprehensive about the whole Ukraine thing. You disappear or you get put in the front lines if you oppose Russia too much. So saying it's right because Ukraine, they're just getting slaughtered. They're doing okay. This is I won't talk about the war much more, but you got to understand if you're getting attacked and then everyone else is like supporting some of the art that's coming from there, I'd be a little upset too, kind of. It's not fully reasonable, and how they came out about it was kind of weird, but there's a lot more devs than just Russian devs that were working on this game, and they're scattered across Europe. There's some, and then also I think the owner um of the studio also has some money in one of the uh, energy companies there. And that's also another little bit of an issue because I think it supports Russia. But then once again, if you live in Russia, you're going to support Russia. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot on this, but I am going to mention it's a big deal. Um, it's not racist. It'd be anything that's bigoted. It's not even bigoted, actually. It's it's political. It's like the purest definition of political. Um, but yeah, it's I don't think either. What's wrong in this? Because this is not like someone's funding someone's. I'll end here soon. It's not like someone's funding the direct attack on Ukraine. It's not what's happening here. That's one thing that I get. People will attack. People will shout out. They'll virtue signal. They will say, "Hey, I'm going to boycott this game because it directly." They almost say it directly funds the war. It does not. Um, I don't think, at least. But at the same time, so don't like yell at people and try to cancel them or whatever. But at the flip side, don't also take into account where you source things. Like that does matter. That does matter. Really, it does. So I'm just playing off of it for me as a journalist. So not really a journalist, but I didn't say that. Chalice, yeah, play Returnal. I think I might buy this week on Green Man Gaming. Ooh, nice. It's a good one. It's a really good one, Chalice. I really like it. Okay, Eric, this may sound like a dumb question, but I subscribe to your newsletter and I'm wondering if your updates are something we have to download or is it automatically applied when we open the app? The the new update, Eric, that you download um, is an auto install script. So all you have to do is that it should be a desktop app that you copy off onto your desktop, and then you can just run it. It will automatically install and automatically run for the first time. After that, you can find it in your applications folder, or you can go and add it to Steam automatically. So yeah, I've that was what one of the biggest things that took so long is that I created an install script. So anytime I create a new beta or new alpha, that is, the update's automatic. Like when you click on the desktop. So I'll have some maybe better ways to do it. And I think I'm also going to be adding an auto update feature, meaning I'm going to have a little banner that pops up. Hey, a new update's available. You click that. I'll have the script close the app, download it, install it, and then reopen the app for you. You wouldn't be able to use it in game mode, I don't think, but in desktop mode you would be able to. Don, I see it's a lot more complicated, but with that in mind, Ukraine should be aware of this and let it go. Y- y- they're looking to get as much help as possible. They're on their country, like their citizens, everyone's dying. It is a disaster over there. Um, I think once you get into a situation where it's like that, like if it was wherever you're at, if you're in the US, if you're getting attacked, it changes your frame of mind on this stuff a lot, a lot. Once something happens, you're like, well, why aren't people supporting us? It gets like that a little bit. So it's a very complicated situation. It is a little weird that they came out on this game though, but yeah. Eric, I have it applied on Steam Deck and it was curious how you updated it. Yo, yeah. It okay, good. You usually update it, open it in game mode. Okay. There's a few things logging in needs to be done in desktop mode. Let's get this game going. It's not letting me, maybe I need to, I don't know why it's not letting me open up options. What? Weird. Okay, I'm gonna exit out of this. We're gonna exit and go back in. It shouldn't have to download the shaders again. If it'll let me. It's the gamepad's not working properly on that. Sometimes quitting out of the game will resolve that. Yeah, no, Eric, I'm honestly, I want that was one of my biggest things. I want this to be easy because the whole point of the app is to make it so it's a good experience for everyone, is my hope. But you're gonna have to log in on desktop mode. And if you want to add, there's a new feature, add new your own web apps. Like if you have a special app that you want to add that has a web URL to it, I have a new way for you, or I have a way for you to do that now. I don't have it so you can put images yet, but soon. But you have to do that in desktop mode, as the text input is just doesn't work in game mode for some weird reason. So you can think of it as in like desktop is good for configuring. Think for consuming is good to be, you can be in game mode. So we're gonna play this for a little bit. Talk about the Deck Revealed I've been talking about this whole time, but we'll talk about the Deck Revealed project a little bit, and then you can beat me over at my Twitch channel. Um we'll play some Returnal. Atomic Heart is awesome, but Returnal is awesome too. Oh, there we go. Well, I guess we're going with default settings and see how this works. Yeah. Once again, I'm not like it's when you get in. I shouldn't talk about the Ukraine thing anymore. Just when you get into human lives and humans and humanity and all that, it's a big deal for me. And so I get very heavily opinionated, and I try not to on games revealed to get too opinionated about politics. Eric, thank you, man. I'll open it in desktop to configure and have it applied when I open it in the game mode. You're awesome. Thank you, man. No, that means a lot. I'm hoping that more and more it just becomes the go-to. I'm hoping, and once again, this isn't meant to be a project to replace everything else, but I'm hoping to make like whatever you want to do on the deck easier is the whole point of this app. Don, I'm not going to bring up the war again, but the war will end with Putin, right? I mean, the man almost is dead at this point, so at least that's good. Well, he's old, but there's so many rumors, and you know how people love to do rumors on all that stuff, so we don't know. And the more I watched a good video on this, it was from the infographics or something like that. Is one of those infographic kind of YouTube videos, and they bring up a lot of really good points, and I can collaborate. I can essentially confirm some of those as I've lived there for a few years. It's a good one. But I'll end it there, Don. Thank you. Cascoder, could you list the DeckRevealed app to Steam Store under software? Does it violate terms? I was looking into it. It's hard to submit apps to Steam like this. Not even like this, just apps, period. I don't think they like apps as much. But what if I put in a game in there? Because I can put like a really I'm using Flutter. The reason I'm using Flutter is because it has a pretty UI and all that. You gotta love how the Hall effect controller has a little bit of drift to it. I have I have it. I have it supposed to be anti-drift and it has drift. Uh, but that's besides the point. I once I get to a certain point, yes, Wolf. I am so the Deck Reveal project, dude. Okay, you're gonna get me talking about the Deck Reveal project all day, which is good, but it might bore some people. Once the Deck Reveal project is in a really good place, it's doing everything I wanted to do, which is going to probably be towards the mid to last part. Because honestly, a lot of the stuff, technically, in technical terms, running a script and making sure it's installed and making sure those paths sit there and all that isn't that difficult. Once it's in a place where it's doing everything I kind of wanted to do out of the previews, and you'll see it in the Deck Revealed website of what I kind of my wish list. I'm going to get back on my video game. If I can get it paying my bills, then I'm gonna start working on once that pays for my bills and I'm getting all the updates I need on that, I'm gonna go to my video game. That's my most important thing to do at one point is to work on my video game again. But in the meantime, I could shield it as a game. Like, hey, it's the games revealed game where you reveal games by shooting stuff or whatever, and then after you do like 3 shooting activities, it unlocks the UI. And so, yeah, I can hide it in there. They would hate that though. They would not like that. My throat is so dry. Ricardo, I just got my Steam Deck last month. Can you tell me what might be the issues that I might run into in the future, especially if you're playing lots of docked AAA? Um, a couple of issues you're going to run into that with that, just real quick, is that you're going to um FPS. This is that was the FPS cap for my monitor because it's 144 hertz. Um, is it set at a wait. What am I getting if it's set at atomic? Is this game really that good on this performance? No way. It's got to be on like on a recommend because that's 45. Mm. FSR is turned up. You can see. Ooh, I don't like playing this on the. Heck, this is on atomic and it's running at this like. So what I would recommend then would be to probably turn it down a little bit and turn the TDP down with this. So if we go to options, um, Ricardo though, yeah, just some not all AAA titles will work on it right off the bat. Wait a couple like a week or two, then try it again. Oftentimes updates will come out. And then also maybe medium settings. The FSR is obviously like making it a little bit blurry. I think people actually didn't have FSR. Maybe I'm just going crazy here. Ah, there it is. Do quality. Yeah, let's do that. Ooh, that's even it's even worse. It'd look better on the deck though, because this is full screening it. Like this is yeah. But you see, you can get in 60 frames, technically. Um, maybe other people in the chat could give you some advice on that too. I have some tips and tricks and stuff that kind of goes over some of that, but I don't know if I have one that's exactly for that. Setting the limiter on this to 10 might be a good idea. Save you some battery. Because the thing is with these, that's another thing that I think people need to get used to is if you want to save battery and you're getting over 40 to 50 frames, maybe reduce your TDP and you'll save some of your battery life. Like you'll be surprised. If you can get it to about 10, you might gain an extra hour of gameplay. See, look at that. Already pretty decent. It's a beautiful game. I think the way they get around it though is that it's highly optimized, meaning their textures and everything are optimized properly. Cast Coder, I don't normally care about it. It's just lately, like, I'm typically not. More lately, I've done better, partially because, like with the Harry Potter game, it literally didn't change the performance for me to go from 15 to 10 watts, meaning there's something wrong. Obviously, there's a bottleneck somewhere. That's usually an indicator of a bottleneck. Um, and I got better battery life. I got like an hour longer battery life. So depending on the game, it's definitely worth it if you want more battery life. And that's one of those games you will have longer sessions. Like this is a game that I won't have that long of sessions technically, but like Harry Potter is definitely when you're gonna have long sessions. In fact, I don't even know if I've configured my wife's deck properly. She probably hates me because I bet you she has had to plug it in a lot. Um, I don't the cast coder. I don't think a Trojan horse is allowed. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not a Trojan horse virus. It's just a little bit of a oh hey, this game has a mini game called what can I do on my deck? It has okay, so I will say though, with the software, one of the problems with DeckRevealed is that in fact, we're gonna call it. I just want to show you the game. It runs great. I get sat here for probably an hour tweaking the settings. So and I'm not gonna do that. So sorry. We're gonna get back to I did something wrong. Oh, okay. We're gonna get to the Deck Revealed project, talk about that, and then we're gonna go over to oh yeah, let me just show it. So is gonna have scripts and stuff like that. These are scripts like they can be security issues that people are gonna have. Ba, ba, ba. And so there's a reason why they wouldn't probably want me to have it because it's a security risk. This app would be considered a security risk to them. And but that's it's not really a great way to circumvent that. Dark Wolves, welcome, welcome, man. Let me see. Oh, did you want to see the game some more? I'm sorry. Eric. I was only gonna play a little bit. I'm gonna play on my Twitch. I just wanted to show how it looked and all that. And I can definitely confirm that it looks decent. But it's definitely one that like it just runs well. Couple of hiccups at times, but it runs well. Um, sorry, I should have played longer, but that's the time I have for today. Dark Quilts, there's only one outcome for this war. Putin has wealth. He has power. He wants to be God. No other man can claim greater feat than ending the world. Yeah, I know Dark Quilts. Your name does imply dark for a reason. Ricardo, thanks a lot. Your videos are so cool. To be honest, your videos helped me make this purchase decision. Hey, thanks. Tell Valve that so I can get my cut. I'm just kidding. I'm glad that you got it though. I really like my Steam Deck, and I'm hoping you like it. And hey, join our community. We have a Discord. We have a lot coming out. The Deck Revealed project like this is something that I'm working on to make it easier for people. It's one of the reasons I haven't been doing as many videos lately as I've been putting a lot of my time into this. Yes, exactly. Wolf has it right on. Thanks for your support. It really helps. Just by being here and watching and chatting. I like running games at 7 watts to TDP, so I basically gain about extra hour or so. Yeah. I honestly, yeah. Yeah, no problem, Eric. I'm gonna play the game there. I've also been playing it there. I have a lot of commentary from yesterday. I We'll see. I'm gonna double check when we go over there and go live in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna ask chat what we should be playing, if it's Returnal or if it's gonna be this other game, which is honestly very fun. So thanks, Wolf, for pointing that out. My biggest triple. We're getting into politics more. Well, if we're going to get into, let's dive in and for just a second longer. My biggest fear is Putin wins. It will likely embolden China to take on Taiwan. Um, no matter what. So Russia is going to twist it. This is how Russia does. They have a lot of playbooks from the USSR, the CSSR, CSSR, CSSP, however you want to pronounce it. They have a lot of playbooks from there. They're always going to declare they're winning. That'll like Trump a little bit. He doesn't lose. He always wins. It's never his fault. Putin does the same thing. It shows that, hey, if you don't take anything as illegitimate, then you never lose, which is a big problem. It's just not how the world works. It really, honestly, more people need to call it out as you're just being a freaking baby and really poor at losing. He is going to always twist it as he won. In the grand scheme of things, he's already lost. Like it's been such a major issue of like how bad he's done over there. How'd you get all those streaming apps? Did you build them yourself? Because I cannot find most of them in the Discover store. These are all web apps done. So what I did was, you're gonna see it's a little bit of a cheat. When you're in desktop mode, it's not that cool because it will just launch it into another browser. But when you're in game mode, what it will do it will launch the. We're gonna figure that out, Dark Quilts, when we go over to Twitch in a second. I'm trying not to do as many of those types of games on this channel. But with this, the sorry, I'm going crazy. When you're in game mode, it will launch the app into Chrome browser as it's a secondary app. So you can swap between your game and this. So the whole point of this is that, if you want to listen to Spotify right here, you can listen to Spotify because it works this way. Like if you have it on Chrome, you start listening, you can then switch back to your game and you can still hear your game. It's not a perfect system. Obviously, it doesn't look like it's a true app fully, but it gets pretty close. It's not going to happen right now because this, I think, is good enough until I hear otherwise. I would love to see if I can get it, and it's really hard because anti-cheat or essentially anti-theft stuff that they have makes it harder to embed it. I want to make it so that it's embedded inside the app itself. So most apps you interact with anyways are so close between their web app version, and some of the ones on TV are web apps, meaning they just use React, HTML, and CSS. Steam client itself is a web app. So when you go to game mode, that's a web app. I did not go the web app route with Electron. That's one of the reasons it's taking me a little longer. I had to rewrite some of the tools inside of Flutter, inside of Dart, but it's all native, so I can run scripts much easier. Thus the utility section, like Deck Cleaner, EmuDeck. Deck Cleaner is technically going to be DeckUtilities, CryoUtilities. So CryoUtilities is going to be there, and then I'll double check with him if he wants to integrate more further into this and utilize the UI. He's using Go, which is really good for back end stuff, but for front end, it's obviously you can see the UI, but the UI doesn't need to be good with that type of app. But what I wanted to do is clicks it will open up a new window and you can manage it, and then this will tell you if it's been installed or not or whatever. I'm going to give you some extra metadata on it just so you can kind of manage your deck a little bit easier with all these things coming out. Eventually, I might integrate them fully as they are full open source. I just don't want to like take their thunder away, because like the CryoUtilities app, like I looked at the code, I could replicate pretty much most of that if I needed to. But I'm not going to take away its thunder. That's messed up. But like with EmuDeck, that system could be made a little bit better. Decky plugin, once again, could be made a little bit better, but for now, I don't want to take those responsibilities. So I'll just install them and you can utilize it, and I'll have some easy ways for you to like figure things out with it. That's the whole point. And then you can submit stuff. I put accessories here for now. This is technically going to be for like free accounts, as they're affiliated, just to help money wise. You can see I enjoyed Sucker for Love, which honestly, that was a fun game. I'll be honest, that was really good. It can see your Steam games now, and the reason I did this is so you can, when I add modding support and some other stuff, like, there's gonna be some additional things I'm gonna add, or you could launch it from here. Eventually, I'm gonna be looking into, because there's a lot of open source projects that makes it easier for me to reference for looking at like heroic game launcher. They actually don't do a lot of the game launcher stuff from Epic Games. They actually use another open source project and just wrap it. I might do the same thing, so you can see uh your Epic Game stuff in here, and then you can apply things. And then my next step is, since you can add this to your Steam account now, your Steam, like non as a non-Steam game. If you notice, this is the biggest thing that I changed, and this is a big, huge deal. Um, and this is something that's recommended to do in the desktop version. You can now add this to DeckRevealed. So if you go into here, or you can add DeckRevealed to Steam, has the way it works though is you have to restart Steam every time. But when you add it, and this is a little bit of a warning because it's has a little bit of an issue. But once you add it, then it just gets added in. So I'm going to make it so that you can add any one of these web apps in as a as its app with its image and everything. So if you don't want to use the Deck Revealed app all the time to access these things, you don't have to. You can just have it added to the decks directly. I want this to be honestly just a tool that is best for everyone. Then you have apps right here, entertainment, cloud gaming. I'm going to add more in here. Flatpak is coming up next too. Flatpak is not too hard. I'm going to utilize Flatpak service where if you hit search while on this, it will just search the CLI, the local repository, and I can show it here. And I'm gonna honestly, I'm gonna have like all the recommended for Steam Deck, best on Steam Deck. I'll probably have labels and stuff like that for best on Steam Deck. Not gonna be very difficult, but there's a lot of apps there that are actually really nice, and a lot of ones that suck horribly on the deck. And then boot suspend. This does work. I don't have previews yet because they're a little bit of annoying, and people in the Patreon didn't care about the boot manager. But I'm gonna have boot and suspend management, and I'm gonna tap into all the ones that are available. So you'll have the full collection here soon. Um, but essentially, if you're in game mode or in desktop mode, you just click on one of these and it just installs it, and it just works. I don't have it so it shows which one yet, but I'll get that there soon. Uh, Support. This is going to come soon. This is Deck Revealed, but I'm going to have one for all the utilities. Everyone that helps and does open source stuff, I will have that here. So you want to support a certain utility, they'll be linked to also the utilities. So it's not just about helping me. All these people are making the deck better and making honestly PC gaming so much better. So that's what this has been a fun project about. Let's see. I have been ignoring you guys forever. Yes, this is my app that I'm working on. Eric's, well, so you could open Spotify and have it play in the background while playing other games. Yes, I've had it work like that, Eric. Yeah. Yeah, you should be able to. The only downside to this app right now is it doesn't have native gamepad support. So you have to use controller and keyboard, but but once you set that controller config inside of game mode, then you can use your controller, like your D-pad to navigate and all that. I have navigation in. I'm gonna have more in there. I'm That's a big one. Is I'm gonna have to. Flutter has gamepad support for a lot of things, just not Linux. Linux is not the most supported operating system out there. I'm going to. I need to write a wrapper for native gamepad support, and so that's probably my biggest project next. After that, it's pretty much downhill in a good way. um, Well, you also have the tool to help clear out shader cache. Yes, that's right here. Shader cache killer and mover. This is one that I'm tempted to just do myself and put it in settings or somewhere where you can manage your own hard drive and say, hey, that's what this is. Because I can the I built the tools out to analyze the Steam all the Steam stuff. So I can open up VDF. There, some of them are encrypted. I had to decrypt them so I can see some of the stuff. They're not. I think they're more encrypted to save space and all that. But yeah, that's besides the point. But decrypt them, then modify stuff, encrypt them again, and save them. One of the things I can do is, yeah, I looked at the script. It's pretty simple actually. So I might just integrate it all the way in. But usually with these, what I'll do is I'll start with as long as it's easy, the script itself, so you can use the script on the deck easy, and then I will integrate it directly into the app depending on how much. Because I want an area where you can just manage your deck, where you're like, okay, I want to do this with my deck and make sure I want to back up my game backups. I'm going to call them that ROMs or whatever. I want to add that as like the Pro Plus service where it will cost money. So does Pro, but this will be free. It's just some additional things that are niceties that also require servers and all that will cost not too much though. And I'm always down for people to give me recommendations. It seems like shader cache from uninstalled games seems to still be taking space in SSDs. Yes, I think sometimes the management isn't the best one. Dark quotes. What am I being confident about? Like, I'm just excited. I'm not trying to be overly confident. I'm just saying, like, I've made a lot of stuff. Um, yeah, I focus a lot on UI and a lot of like core pieces that you can't see in this. I've 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 put hundreds of hours into this, so this has definitely been a very big deal for me. As it comes to the scripts, this one's not too difficult of a script. The EmuDeck, the Decky plugin are pretty comprehensive, like, and they're pretty big. Um, the deck cleaner or the CryoUtilities, like I said, I don't want to take his thunder. I will work with him and see if he wants to integrate it into this. So eventually, this is going to be kind of like your command center for your deck and for a lot of stuff. But like I said, there's mods, there's other stuff I want to get into. I'll have previews because honestly, installing my mod was going to be easy. Like, let's say Dead Space has a mod, and it's just a skin. It's just copying the skin to one place, and then if you need to, managing it or just swapping out the textures for it. That could be as simple as that. It's just going to be 5 lines of code. Now making it redoable like that, or making it so that you have a selector, whatever it is, it might come down to I'm going to do a preview on 1 or 2 games, and then we're going to see how we can make it so that it can apply across multiple. It won't be Dead Space. It'll be a couple of games that people really want. Hi, you making faces over there is showing up on screen on the thing. Yeah, we need to get over to the game here in a second. Spencer Walker, do the apps like Crunchyroll or Netflix let you download for? I don't think so. But what it really does is if it lets you do it in the native. So what I'm gonna have multiple options. Right now, I technically already have multiple options, but I was gonna have it be embedded, but Chromium there's some extra stuff that's needed for these streaming services for like I said, um copyright, or not copyright, but like protections against, whatever. Hi Highs wants to be a part of this stream, so he's messaging. So if you can do it in Chrome on Linux, then yes, you can do it in this. To answer your question, Spencer. Quick question, but does this app have controller input support when launched through game mode? It does not yet. What it does have controller support through keyboard and mouse. So if you select so when you get this installed, this is the one manual thing and I keep on forgetting to put like little instructions to say, hey, you need to do this. When you get into game mode, you need to switch it over to keyboard and mouse controller layout, and you can use the D-pads and the like Y and all that to navigate. I am going to be working on this and this is why it hasn't gone beta yet, because I want to make sure the installation process is pretty easy. If the newest update, let me You can go to DeckRevealed.com and I'll just show you there. App downloads. I'm not subscribed. Oh well, it's essentially a link now. You just have to download, but I don't have open beta yet, so you have to pay to get the access to alpha, and then public. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna shut up now and get this going to end so I can edit this off. Um, yeah, so it does work just with some extra hoops, and I want to add more gamepad support, so that will be down the road. From technical side, how are you Cascoder, from a technical side, how are you sourcing icons for games? Is that from SteamGrid DB's API? Some of them are, some of them aren't, Cascoder. I am going to be integrating fully into it, and then I'm going to be using potentially. So most of the apps out there. I think it is. Hi. Oh, well, it's supposed to be on. Um, you do see deck revealed. So, oh my goodness. Yeah. So Steam Grid. So, um, I believe Heroic and also a Boiler and a couple other applications use Steam Grid's API. I am going to utilize it, but I'm going to work with it. Them. I want to contact them, but I am going to utilize it in the beginning. These icons right here are just what's included in the deck. So, are what Steam has. Steam has these in their in the Steam program. So that's what I'm using there. These right here are being utilized. Some of these come from Steam Grid. Some are homemade, like Bravo, the Animal Planet one, which I probably should put Animal Planet underneath it because I need to put probably names of these apps. Some of these just don't. You can see my little test app. You can see a little user. If you added it yourself through the ad app, will have this little icon that indicates it's yours. Yeah, some of these I built, some of them I didn't. I'm going to contact them and work with them, and I honestly want to make it so that support's there. And honestly, like if I start making a certain amount of money, I want to also push it off to other people that have done amazing jobs with all this stuff. That being said, at the end of the world, at the end of the day, could I make these myself? Yeah, I could. And a lot of these aren't like that difficult, but it's nice not to have to deal with it. I'm also going to make it so that Steam Grid DB is on my list of adding integrations. I'm really close to just being able to do that. Where if you wanted to install one of these two, let's say if you want to add it to Steam, you'd click it and like install to Steam or add to Steam, and then it would let you choose your icons like your banner, your pill, and whatnot. Okay. Uh, technically, Don, it is, but right now I have it behind a paywall as I'm doing alpha, and I'm not really, yeah, I have, yeah, I'm looking to do this full time, and so I'm looking to get funded eventually through pro accounts. But at the end of the day, anyone can have a free account. It's just I push it off, making it free for now. But I will be having an announcement in the next week where you can do a trial and access the private, or you can just wait another week and access the public. It's going to be in like 2 weeks. You'll probably be able to get this. So very soon. I don't have it built. I don't have the GitHub source code available yet. I do plan on making at the bare minimum portion of this open source. I might make the whole thing open source. It all really depends. I don't want to make promises. Don't like making promises right off the bat. I would love to make it open source, but being a little cautious right now. I just want to make sure some security holes aren't there. So Eric, agreed. Brink, you're killing it. And as a web designer, game developer, I understand the excitement. Thank you, Eric. That's awesome. Hi. Love you, man. Yeah, Don. YouTube only cares. I know. Well, if it gets too excessive, I think some people have gotten their things shut down or videos demonetized. But yeah. Yeah, Fiesta. This is so my plan for all the features on this is to well, almost all the features. Obviously, like you see utilities, almost none of these would matter. The reason with the MU deck is that I want to fully integrate what they're kind of doing over there, but more into here with a wizard where you'd click on it, it'd be a step-by-step wizard of what you want to include, and it'll just be here. I want to be able to make it just work no matter where. And I want to make it so I have a database and some syncing systems and some file storage and all that in the cloud. I want to make it so that you can sync your saves between your desktop and your Steam Deck. So that is a feature that I can do. Like saves 100%. I can do that. So thank you, Fiesta. Loris, welcome. I'm going to be heading over to the Brink channel very soon. So, okay. Okay, guys. I think that's it. I think I wanted to cover something else, but I just wanted to give you an update. Like things are coming along. Like this is actually doing really like I have a lot in it. It just takes time to build these, especially manipulating Steam is a nightmare, but I pretty much have it almost done. So we're so close. Now, Wolf's already posted a couple times. If you want to continue chatting with me while I play a game, I'm gonna play either Return. I will play Dead Space 2. So here's the plan. I have Returnal. I have now I have Atomic Heart, which I'm probably like, I bet you I'm like a quarter through it. And then I'm being pretty optimistic, but I'm probably a quarter through it. Then I have I don't know if I'll stream it or not, but I do have what's it called? Sons of the Forest coming up. But between all that, I do plan on streaming more, like I've been doing. This has been a way to like relieve stress, honestly. Playing games, and if I'm gonna play a game, might as well stream it. So I've been trying to adhere to a schedule. I plan on playing Dead Space 2 very soon. I just need to get it kind of working better. But I love Dead Space, and I do plan on playing Dead Space 2. I really want to play it after playing Dead Space 1. But I need to get through Eternal, and I need to get through Atomic Heart. So that's what the two choices we're going to have for tonight. So I'll see you guys over there if you want to continue chatting with me and help me out. Honestly, it helps me out just by watching, and it's awesome. You guys are awesome. Fiesta. Now, hopefully, Valve updates don't break DeckRevealed at any point. It could break the game mode, but there's the reason why I'm doing this instead of the deck. So I took a very fundamentally different route than the Decky plugin. Well, this can eventually do maybe a lot what the Decky plugin is going to be able to do eventually. Like I can manipulate CSS. Like I can give you. In fact, Flutter has web development tools that I could put up right here, and you could edit HTML if you want to edit half the Steam stuff that's CSS and change all the styles. You could in a very nice way from your desktop if you want, like code and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to Twitch and I need to go over to Twitch. I went this route because it's going to be portable across multiple operating systems. It's going to be in desktop mode. It will work. It won't break. It shouldn't break because of the Steam operating system. Now that being said, let's say operating change. Now let's say the boot suspend stuff breaks because they changed the path where that is. Yes, that will break. I will have to fix that. So thank you, LoJack. LoJack's like, get out of here. Okay. We'll talk about this some more later. Once I have the official, I'll have an official stream when we go beta, and you can ask me all these questions. I'll have more and more. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next stream, which is over the TH3 BRNK twitch.tv/that. And I'll see you over there. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Peace out. Peace out.